How's it going, guys? My name is Gary. Welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do some kickflips. So kickflips are pretty much the main trick that everybody wants to learn, and it's probably one of the hardest ones to learn due to the fact that it's the first flip trick people usually learn, and it just takes a lot of practice and effort to be able to land it. I did a how to kickflip tutorial a couple months ago, but since then I've got kickflips better, and I've learned some more secrets about how to get your kickflips even better and how to actually land them the first time. So pretty much the first thing that we're going to start off with is foot placement. What you need for the kickflip is you need to be as comfortable as possible. See a lot of trick tips here on YouTube, and people tell you you need to put your front foot right in the middle of the board, you need to put your back foot right on the tail, but that is not the case. What I've learned for kickflips is that wherever you put your feet and it's more comfortable for you, that's where you just need to do it from. So as you can see here, I'm shuffling my feet around, I'm trying to find that comfortable position so I could actually do the kickflip. You guys could try this out, but as you can see here, the most comfortable position for me is to put my front foot underneath the bottom bolts of the top of the skateboard. That's pretty much just the best area to have them because it gives you like that perfect flick. It doesn't over rotate it, it doesn't under rotate it, and it's just pretty much the perfect rotation for the kickflip. Like I said though, this is completely up to you guys, so if you find that this is not comfortable for you, or if you guys are pretty much over flicking it or under flicking it, then you need to move your feet around so you can get the perfect flick. Skateboarding is just one of those things where it's not going to be the same exact thing for everyone, so this is why I'm stressing it so much that you need to really shuffle your feet around. You've got to find the comfortable position and then just pretty much prepare yourself to flick the kickflip. As for the back foot, it really isn't as important. You could pretty much just set it up as if you were going to do an ollie. I usually like to keep my back foot a little bit closer to me, meaning like it's going behind me instead of in front of me. If you guys don't understand what I'm saying, basically you want to have your back foot kind of more into the ollie slash heel flip position than instead of like the tray flip position where your toes are hanging off the board. You want your toes and the ball of your foot on the board, and you want your heel hanging off. Pretty much after you guys have found your foot placement though, then it's time to actually do the trick. What I suggest doing is just finding some nice flat ground that you guys can just practice your trick on. Basically what I want you guys to do is to break the kickflip down into parts, because when I was learning kickflips nobody told me to do this, and I just went straight for the kickflip, and it was so hard, so difficult, and it took me almost a year to land my first ever kickflip. So if you break it down, I assure you it's going to be a lot easier and you guys are going to be landing your kickflips a lot faster. The first step is just to get the board upside down. You don't have to worry about anything else, just flip the board upside down, make sure that it lands grip tape facing down, and just get used to this, practice this a couple times because this is the first crucial part to the actual kickflip. After you got that down, you want to do the whole rotation and you want to flick the kickflip and make it come all the way around. Don't worry about landing it yet, just actually try to make it come all the way around first, and then make sure that you have like the proper foot placement and everything, and like make sure that it's actually flipping like it's supposed to and it's not like rocketing in some crazy direction or anything like that. Basically, just try to keep it under you, but at the same time, don't try to land it. You're just focusing on the flick at this point, and you're just making sure that you have a good enough pop and that your pop was good enough to allow the whole rotation to go. In a lot of trick tips, people usually tell you, oh, you got to try landing it with your right foot first, and then you got to try landing it with your left foot and stuff like that to help build confidence to land the actual trick. I don't think this is the case for the kickflip, however, because if you see here, when you try to land it just with your front foot, a lot of different things could happen. Pretty much the first thing that could happen is the board could just shoot out in front of you, and it could just go so far that it's impossible for you to land back on it. The next thing that happens is that when you flick with your front foot, the board just over rotates every single time, and it's just not an ideal thing to do. This is not a necessary step, so if you guys are learning kickflips and somebody told you to try landing it with your left foot or your right foot or whichever foot is in front, pretty much don't do that. Just try to land it with your back foot, because the back foot is pretty much the foot that catches the actual kickflip. If you see any professional skateboarder doing kickflips, you'll see that the back foot is what catches the kickflip, and that's what makes them land it. So what I want you guys to do is just keep practicing your kickflips, landing them with your back foot. This is really going to help because, like I said, that's how you catch the kickflip, and this will really build up your confidence to make sure you actually land the trick when you're actually going to attempt it. So you guys got those things down. The next thing that you need to know is that you need to jump straight up when you're actually doing the kickflip. This was a major problem for me, and I didn't really figure it out until I actually learned how to do a kickflip properly, and over time I just learned new techniques and different ways to do them like every single time. Pretty much what I used to do was I was so scared to land on the board that I would legit flick the kickflip, it would be looking perfect, and then last second I would split like my legs apart and I'd land my left foot on the left side of the board, my right foot on the right side of the board, and pretty much the board would just be in the middle of my feet and I wouldn't commit to it. This next thing looks kind of stupid, but trust me, it really does help. What you could do is just pop the board in your hand, then flip it from your hand and try to land back on the skateboard, and pretty much the first couple of times you could just kind of flick it, wait for the board to land first, and then after it lands, jump on, and then as you build more confidence, just go and try to like jump at the same time that you flick it off of your hand, and just try to jump back on before it hits the ground. This will really motivate you to land your kickflips, and you'll pretty much get the understanding of what kickflips are going to feel like when you're landing them. When you guys are actually committing to the kickflip, a key thing that you need to do is to jump straight up. I see a lot of people when they're trying kickflips, they either jump behind them or they jump in front of the skateboard, and that pretty much just doesn't go well at all. There's a lot of possibilities that could happen there that are all not good. Pretty much if you don't stay over the board, there's a lot more possibilities that you'll get hurt, and that's not what we want. So pretty much if you just jump straight up, then the best thing that'll happen is the board's just gonna come around and you're gonna land it. The more that you commit to the trick, the faster you're gonna learn it, and the easier it's just gonna be. As you guys are watching this video, I know a lot of you are scared of landing primo or stuff like this. You could go back and do the little hand trick, and you could flip the skateboard and try to land back on. That pretty much gets you over the fear of primo. But also just jumping high enough and allowing the board to rotate so you could see it rotating under you is just a pretty much key factor to the kickflips. If you jump high enough, the board is just eventually going to come all the way around, and as soon as you see the grip tape, you're just going to put your feet down and you're going to be able to catch it and roll away. If you guys land primo a lot though, don't worry, a lot of us land primo. I'm sure every single professional skateboarder that has kickflips on lock is still landing in primo every once in a while. Primo is just one of those things where you just can't even control, so you guys just got to find the right flick and flick it every single time as best as you can. Pretty much after you guys do your first kickflip, you're gonna pretty much get the hang of it, and you're gonna be able to do it every single try after that. I promise you guys, once you get it in your head that you could land the kickflip, you are going to land the kickflip that try. Alright guys, but all that's left now is for you to go out, try some kickflips, and it might seem like a hard trick at first, but like I said, after you land it the first time, it's going to be a lot easier, and you guys are gonna pretty much get in the mindset that you could do it every single time. Anyways guys, if this trick tip helped you, make sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below letting me know if you guys want to see me do another trick tip, and also letting me know what trick I should do. But anyways guys, thank you all for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.